So among AR subsectors that we examine, one of the most revenue producing today is AR advertising, and that's expected to reach 1.4 billion this year, according to Artillery Intelligence estimates, growing to just over 8 billion by 2024. But the question is how that's all coming together, what's driving it, and who's doing what. So this is the topic of the latest Artillery Intelligence report, starting in part 1 of the series with a breakdown of the competitive landscape. So first off, to define what we're talking about here, AR advertising involves paid media placements that allow consumers to activate their smartphone camera and overlay branded animations on the real world. And this is usually to promote or visualize a given advertiser's products. So we're talking about paid ad spots to distribute these AR lenses as opposed to a brand's own self-distributed efforts like their own app. And really what's driving this is first, users' high engagement with AR lenses as a way to enhance an activity that was already popular in media sharing and selfies. And second is advertisers' attraction to those eyeballs, as it often goes. But in this case, advertisers are particularly drawn to a few factors. So one is that demonstrating products in 3D really allows them to flex creative muscles and transcend the abilities of 2D media. And number two, there's a strong business case as validated by the conversion metrics that continue to roll out of industry case studies that really validate the ROI. And then thirdly, there's a lot of versatility in upper funnel engagement to reach Super Bowl-sized audiences in places like Facebook's newsfeed, while also driving lower funnel conversions through immersive product try-ons. And few ad media out there shine so well through that entire funnel. So the question is who's doing what to tap into that advertiser demand? So Snapchat is in the lead due mostly to its dedicated focus on AR and the alignment with its camera company mission. And then meanwhile you have Facebook, which looms closely behind and actually has greater global scale and potential for AR, not just in its flagship newsfeed, but other fitting channels that are developing around AR like Messenger and Portal. But the real opportunity is Instagram, where AR really aligns with not just the camera-forward use case, but the business model. So Instagram has really cultivated a product discovery use case, including shopping and buy buttons. And that's on a crash course, we believe, with AR, because discovering products in the feed, then visualizing them in AR, then a big shiny buy button to transact on the spot is altogether a winning formula. So beyond those usual suspects, there are a few wildcards. So TikTok is the real sleeping giant that hasn't even scratched the surface of what it can do with AR lenses. There's also visual search that carries the same high user intent that made web search such a strong business. And then there are channels developing like web AR and email and messaging and in-game AR ad activations. And we're so early that these are all candidates as robust AR ad channels. But meanwhile, other questions loom, such as scalable 3D asset creation for large product catalogs, which are really the base ingredients of AR ads. There's also the question of analytics, so standard metrics like click-through rates won't really capture AR ads' true engagement. So these are all things that we'll have to develop along with the technology itself. So that just scratches the surface, and you can see more in the full report, and we'll also pick things up in part 2 of this series, where we'll show rather than tell by featuring several case studies and a hard look at what's working and what are the benchmarks. So just like the early days of smartphone advertising, this will really be a moving target with lots of growth and lots to learn.